The cry from the well. It was one of those summer nights when the air felt thick enough to choke you. Not a breath of wind. Not a sound except the insects outside, their shrill songs stretching long and thin in the darkness. I couldn't sleep. The heat was unbearable, so I just lay there scrolling through my phone. The screen's glow was harsh, stabbing into my eyes. When I finally looked at the clock, it was almost 2 a.m. I sighed, turned off the phone, and closed my eyes. That's when I heard it. A child crying. The sound was faint, distant, almost like it was being carried by the wind. I froze. A child. Crying. At this hour, my heart thudded once, heavy and slow. I held my breath and listened again. The crying came again, this time closer. I got up, pulled on a jacket, and stepped quietly into the hallway. It was pitch black. The air smelled damp, like something old and forgotten. I opened the door, and the sound became clearer, soft sobs echoing from somewhere ahead. I followed. The moon was hidden behind clouds, and only the gravel under my feet gave off a faint white shimmer. I don't know how long I walked, but then a cold wind rose from the ground, brushing against my skin. When I stopped, I was standing in front of an old well. The crying was coming from inside it. Every hair on my body stood on end. A voice in my head screamed, "Don't go closer." But my body refused to listen. My legs moved on their own, step by step toward the well. When I was about 10 paces away, something pale reached out of the darkness. A hand, white as bone, drenched in water and blood, dripping thick red drops onto the dirt. Then another hand appeared, followed by a face. It was the face of a baby. The skin was bloated and gray. One eye socket was empty, the eyeball dangling outside, the other eye streaming blood down its cheek. The mouth opened and closed, letting out a sound that was no longer a cry but a wail of the dead. It crawled upward, dragging itself out of the well. I tried to move, to run, but my feet were rooted to the ground. The terror climbed up my spine like ice water. Then it lifted its head. Wet strands of hair clung to its face as it stared at me, lips slowly curling into a smile. A smile that split wide open, revealing rows of sharp, tiny teeth. A cold gust slammed into me, and everything went black. When I woke up, it was morning. I was lying in my own bed, soaked in sweat. My mother sat beside me, eyes red. "Our neighbor found you lying by the well," she said softly. "He carried you home." I forced a laugh. I must have gone out to use the bathroom. Maybe I fainted from the heat, but I knew that wasn't true. Later, I heard the story from the old villagers. That well, it had been sealed many times, but somehow it always reopened. They said long ago, families used to throw baby girls into it because they only wanted sons, and on quiet summer nights, if you listen closely, you can still hear them crying.